Once again, I'll say welcome. So to prepare us distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I want to specially recognize the woman at the peak of it all, who has sat as Executive Secretary of the Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate. She'll be speaking to us from her heart about what she knows, what she does, and how she wants to help us make life better. Let's welcome, therefore, for the opening remarks, the Executive Secretary of the Pension Transition Arrangement Directorate, Madam Sharon Ikeazo. Please put your hands together for her.
Great Nigerian pensioners. Great Nigerian pensioners. Rest is sweet. Labor. After payments. May I warmly welcome you all to today's stakeholder forum. I will stand by the protocols of those who had been recognized as they came in. But most especially, I would like to welcome Pa Abel Afolayan, the NUP President. And I would also like to welcome the members of COFEPS. These are retired Federal Permanent Secretaries who have served Nigeria. And I'm proud to say that the Senior Technical Advisor in PTAD is a retired Federal Permanent Secretary, Mr. Sonny Osuago, and a member of COFEPS. I would also like to welcome my brother, who from his agency will receive tons of letters. And this is part of what we're going to discuss today. I'm talking about the Public Complaints Commission, Honorable Chile Igbabua. He's the Chief Commissioner. And another agency as well that will receive a lot of letters that we all need to collaborate for better service is the Servicom office in the presidency. And the CEO, Mrs. Nnenna Akajemeli, is here as well. And we have the Public Complaints Commissioner for Lagos State as well, Honorable Abimbola Yusuf. He is here, and I'm glad he is here, because the majority of our pensioners are in Lagos State. And last but not the least, my regulator, PENCOM. National Pension Commission is the regulator of pension in Nigeria, and they regulate the activities of PTAD as well. And they are here represented by Mr. MB Umar. So for those of you who didn't, who are meant to transit to the contributory, that is where you would go to. And of course, our big brother, the Papa Pension in Nigeria as of today, Honorable Hassan Shekarau, the House of Rep Committee Chairman on Pensions, who has been very, very supportive of all the activities of PTAD and of Nigerian pensioners. Let's give him a warm welcome. Thank you. So I welcome you once again to PTAD's 2018 Stakeholders Forum in Lagos. You all recall we had the inaugural one last year, but that did not give us enough time, and it was in Lagos. And if you notice, the theme of today, this year's forum is putting pensioners first. So PTAD has come to you. You should not come to PTAD. We will come to you with our services. That is why we are in Lagos today, to cover the Southwest and hear all the issues that you may have. So we are going to decentralize our yearly interactive forum by going to the several zones, the 6 zones in Nigeria. Also, the purpose of the Stakeholders Forum is to provide updates on the activities of PTAD and interact directly with our pensioners in order to obtain objective feedbacks. And in that feedbacks, I mean criticisms as well, because without criticisms, we cannot improve on the services we render. And we also want to make it very interpersonal as well. You are not just numbers to us in PTAD, you are persons. So this forums gives us the opportunity to meet you face to face. So in the 10 months since the first forum in October of 2017, the Directorate has recorded many milestone achievements based on the positive feedbacks we got from pensioners and other stakeholders. The successes attained over this period, and indeed during the past 2 years, couldn't have been possible without the visionary, dynamic leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, who has been very supportive of our work in PTAD. And I am glad of the unique opportunity the President has given me to implement his policy of ensuring that the labors of our heroes past shall never be in vain. I share in the President's vision that the level of dignity and honor with which we treat the hundreds of thousands of men and women who had given and sacrificed their lifetimes to the service of this great country will impact directly on how present and future generations of government officials comport themselves in the course of public service. I cannot think of a better tool for uprooting the menace of corruption from our great country than through a guaranteed life of dignity in the aftermath of public service through an effective and efficient pension system. I dare say that this subtle preventive measure is much more effective than the traditional option of deterrence. On this day and on this occasion, I rededicate myself and the management of PTAD as well towards continuing to transform PTAD into a strong institution that can stand for these ideals till the very end of time. Despite the challenges faced by the global economy over the past couple of years, the Directorate, with the unwavering support of the federal government, has recorded substantial achievements in the drive towards ameliorating the welfare of pensioners. Principal amongst these achievements is ensuring the prompt payment of monthly pension payments, and I'm sure everyone here can attest to that. Consequently, the deadline of 15th of every month for the completion of all departmental payrolls will remain sacrosanct. In PTAD, we prepare our payrolls between the 10th and 15th of every month, pending when funds are released to PTAD from the Treasury. Our ultimate goal is to ensure that the payment of pensioners is prioritized over the payment of salaries. I'll repeat that again. We want to ensure that payment of pensions is done before the payment of salaries. Do you agree with me? Payment of pensions ought to be first-line charge. It saddens me when I get the alert on my phone for my salary, but monies have not been released to PTAD for us to pay pensions. Also, other breakthrough successes recorded over this period under review has been enrollment of newly verified pensioners into PTAD payroll. Following the completion of the civil service pension verification, all eligible pensioners under that category have been enrolled, and payment of monthly pensions to them has since commenced. And this has brought in over 19,000 new pensioners who had hitherto been denied their constitutional rights to pensions into the defined benefit scheme. And majority of these pensioners were from the Southwest and North Central, and we have now payrolled 19,000 of them. The Directorate has also successfully verified, computed, and put on monthly payroll nearly 5,000 pensioners of defunct and privatized agencies, such as the Delta Steel Alaja, Nigerian Reinsurance, and Nikon Insurance. NITEL, we have verified and computed, and we are reaching advanced stages on payrolling them. And you will recall that for Delta Steel, they were privatized in 2005. This is 13 years after they were all taking off their salary payroll that PTAD verified and put them back on the payroll. The arrears would come when funds are released to us. And I know the payment of arrears, especially the 33%, is paramount on everyone's mind. We've also made payments of monthly pensions and gratuity arrears to 15,000 newly enrolled civil service pensioners. Payments of additional 33% arrears have been made to the police. So as of today, the police have a zero balance. We have completed the payment of 33% to the Nigerian police. We had to prioritize the Nigerian police because they are in the security sector. It's only fair that we put them first before us ordinary citizens. So we have cleared the 33% arrears of the Nigerian police as of last month. And we are working very hard to get the balances so we can clear all the other outstanding balances in the civil service pensions and parastatal pension departments. The Customs, Immigration, and Prison Service, we have a zero balance that had been cleared from legacy funds. And also, in order to combat fraud and protect its pensioners from extortionists and fraudsters, PTAD has adopted both proactive and reactive measures. The Directorate has intensified its pensioner enlightenment campaigns through the traditional media. In the coming days and months, we also seek to take these operations to places of worship as well as community centers in order to ensure wider coverage. We've also strengthened our partnership with law enforcement agencies and other stakeholders, such as the EFCC, the ICPC, and the DSS, in view of eradicating pension fraud in Nigeria. And I would also like to state here again clearly, no PTAD staff would ever ask you for money to process your pension payments. I know you've been getting calls from fraudsters stating your account details. You must be aware that PTAD inherited your payroll and all your files and details, your data, from the old offices that were handling pensions before the establishment of PTAD. So please, once you get these calls, just know it's from fraudsters. No PTAD staff would ever ask you for money. And please call our actual line. In your folders, you all have the fraud alert. Please call any of those numbers once you get a call from anyone soliciting for funds. And to tell you how far we have gone, within PTAD we have federal auditors, internal auditors from the from the Auditor General's office who work with us in computing and approving organization for the delivery of innovative and sustainable pension service. PTAD has taken bold initiatives in order to strengthen the management of pensions under the defined benefit scheme in the following key areas: automation of the pension payment process and the use of the government integrated financial management information system, which you all know as GIFMIS, under which pensioners receive their payments directly into their bank accounts from the Treasury single account without any interface with PTAD staff. PTAD does not operate any commercial bank account. PTAD is 100% TSA compliant. We've also started the digitization of pensioner data with records with a view of maintaining a comprehensive database of pensioners under the defined benefit scheme. We're also improving and sustaining our client-focused services with emphasis on care and empathy and prompt resolution of complaints, and conducting verification exercises under conducive environments with the provision of food, water, and medical facilities at all centers. We will also continue to be the driving force in our pensioner relations. Similarly, we will continue to attend to the sick and infirm through our mobile verification exercise until such a time when we eliminate the physical verification process and replace it with the I am alive status. So you do not need to come out ever again for the incessant verifications. You can stay in the comfort of your phone, of your home, and use your mobile phones to authenticate that you are still alive for your pension payments to continue. Besides all the good news, we do have our challenges and drawbacks. And some of the major challenges being encountered by PTAD in achieving its objectives are the lack of adequate resources to settle all the legacy liabilities inherited from the old order, and also to implement some of its major initiatives, which are capital intensive. The recurring problem also that we have is the presentation of enrollment orders. This we encountered a lot when we did the verification for Delta Steel. They now get enrollment orders from customary courts in lieu of a letter of administration issued by the probates of a high court. Please help me take the message from here to those of your pensioners who are next of kin of your fellow pensioners who have passed on, that please, we do not accept letters of enrollment from a customary court. The proper document we require is a letter of administration from a high court for us to process the deceased benefits for their next of kin. Because this process is what delays them bringing in the customary court documents. It's what is delaying a lot of payments for next of kin for those we have verified. So in conclusion, once again, I enjoin you to avail yourself of this unique opportunity to share constructive ideas with us and make appropriate recommendations on how we can improve on our services. I wish you all a fruitful deliberation. Thank you very much.
She deserves a proper round of applause. Thank you very much, ma'am, for doing a great job.